Welcome to the Embrace the Turn Up podcast. Cultural commentary from two guys who want all the smoke. All the smoke. And now your hosts, A-Dub and John.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special edition of the Embrace the Turn Up podcast. You know how like they be like on the TV shows, they say this is your very special presentation. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlie the guy.
Exactly. All right, guys, I've been teasing this for a long time. I told y'all I'm gonna give y'all some special episodes here and there, just to kind of fill in the gaps and just fully embrace the turn up, if you will. And this is the first one. This is Embrace the Turn Up presents Bar Tales. I am your boy A-Dub. You guys know me as your tribal pod chief, the pod god, if you will. And every so often, you know, you come across some really special bartenders and they become really good friends. And they all have stories. They have some amazing stories. So joining me today for the very first episode of Bar Tales, I'm talking, this is like number one. Get it framed and minted because it's going to be like worth something. It's going to be an NFT, all of that shit. Nate is in the building. Black Nate, if you will. Nate, say what up to the people.
What up? Black Nate in the building. I haven't gone by that in many years.
But yeah, but you in the BG days, that's what it was, because there was White Nate who owned the bars, and then there was Black Nate who was the coolest motherfucker at the bars.
Yes, sir. Man, he had all the money though. I realize now I need to get some more money.
Facts. So, Nate, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. But I figured now is a good time as any. Do you know when we met?
Bro, I legitimately have no idea.
Okay.
Because I know that at one point I looked you in your eyes and dapped you up, and I was like, I think we're friends now. I can't tell you if that was behind the bar, if that was just out somewhere or what, but I can't remember not knowing.
I feel like it was downtown where that dap was like, yeah, we cool. Yeah. I think at some point someone just asked me like, yeah, you know Nate, right? And I was like, yeah. And I just kind of ran with it.
We don't even have any like mutual friends that are crazy popular. Like I met Soup through you.
Right.
I met Mario before you. Did you know Mario? Maybe through Mario.
It might be through Mario. Shout out to Mario. I'm not really sure. Like, but then that's the thing. Like, as you guys know who went to a PWI, predominantly white institution, like, you just assume all the black folk know each other because it's like, you know, they say the 6 degrees separation between Kevin Bacon. The black folk at PWIs, it's 3 degrees. 100%.
Minimum or
maximum 3 degrees. So you say you don't know somebody, you're like, I know. All right, I know him. Yeah, you know.
I know somebody that knows.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nobody that was walking around Bowling Green, Ohio that didn't know either me or you, especially black folk, like flat out.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no. And I gotta say, you still one of my favorite bartenders of all time, even though you retired from that life long ago.
Yes, bro.
Let's talk about the back bar hookup, the legendary back bar hookup. You tell the people your experience of it, and I'll drop some of the highlights, and I'm gonna let you have the floor, my brother.
You know, I've never actually told anybody this, but the back bar hookup was like sort of like a marketing plan that I was trying to do. And I know that sounds crazy because it was just like back bar was just this bar literally in the back area that it didn't even have like a way to get in. You had to go under the bar. There was no. Now it's completely different. Now they got like doors and refrigerators and shit. You had a weird ass refrigerator. You had one shelf of liquor that had like 3 or 4 bottles on it, and a cash register, and a credit card machine that works sometimes. So like it was just a very janky, like very like not, you know, kind of holding the wall setup. And the reason they made it is because the front bar, you could staff almost 4 bartenders at it. So there was a lot of chaos up there, and then the dance floor is in the back. Everybody knows when you're in the dance floor, sometimes you need to run and grab a drink. Uh-huh. So I had problems keeping people back there because it was so far from the front bar by the bathroom. So I was trying to think of ways to keep people at my bar and trying to think of ways to to elevate my sales. Because honestly, I'm back there 4 hours by myself. I'm bored.
Yeah.
So, so I was like back there not really making any money in tips because I didn't split tips with the bartenders necessarily. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. And so like I had to make my own money. And so I would help people by like, I was trying to use different things like cheaper drink prices or free drink prices or catering to them like emotionally or trying to get girls back there. And I was just trying different shit out, and certain shit worked and certain shit didn't. To the very small niche group of, what was it, like 17-year-olds to fucking 23-year-olds in that time. And the first marketing scheme was never have the bar empty, which I don't think you know this, but you are a major part of that scheme because you would pull up when I told you to pull up and you would stay while the prices were right. So I used to have the Coke there for you. I used to have the Captain there for you because you only could pick like 3 or 4 bottles to go back there.
Yep. A
I'm picking a whole bottle for Ada pretty much out of my list. Like, and people drank Captain. It was a rum. It wasn't like you were drinking something crazy. But like I had to have shit back there for the people that were coming back there.
Listen. Nate introduced me to the fact that a Captain and Coke is way different from that fresh can. Like I didn't realize it. I've been drinking Captain and Coke for so long that like I had never tried it with the can because when you at the crib you buy the big 2 liters, so you got plenty more. No,
right.
That fresh can, that shit hit different. But no, yeah. Every time you hit me up like, yo, back bar, I'm like, we there. It would be me. Shout out to Kelly. Kelly would always be back there, and like,
damn.
Remember Kelly was always back there, and we would just.
I'm actually gonna see her on Friday.
Oh, okay. Tell her I said what up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so like it, and that was just part of the thing. Like, yeah, no, this cool little hookup. I felt like it was my own personal VIP. I really did. And like,
bro, treated it like that too. You walk up acting like you said, "Fuck it, I'm not talking to nobody at the front. I'm just walking straight to the back."
Straight to the back.
With Nate.
Straight to the back. Dive up to DJ. Go straight to the back. Fuck with Nate. Yeah, and that's how it was. DJ. But it was funny. Like, and it was funny. Like, you was right. I would stay. Like, the prices was always right for me. The $20 handshake. We out of here. But like, but I would know like when it was time for me to make my exit. Like, all right, there's people here. Nate's about to make some real money now. Let me go ahead and make my exit, make my rounds. As us celebrities did in BC.
You really did. You really were a G for that because it wasn't a disrespect thing. Like back up out of my area because I only had like 5 spots at the actual bar, right? So once it got busy, if you and 2 of your boys are sitting up there, it's like real aggressive to try to come up and get a drink.
Yeah.
So y'all are big boys. Like it was like, man, should I go up there? And I'm already a big bartender. I'm not like your average, blonde, short girl that's gonna just, come here and get a drink from me. Nuh-uh. You getting some liquor if you drinking with me. You getting some serious.
Facts. Yeah, and like, and I was always worried about sitting on them stools too, because you move them one too far, next thing you know, you off that stage and.
Right into the girls' bathroom.
Yeah,
which is not a good.
Not at all. So Nate, do you remember the time when they had that back door there and they let people in the back door and the homie CJ was there? Do you remember the time niggas was acting crazy and they wouldn't give you that doorway so you couldn't get out of there quickly and you yelled at him like, hey, chill the fuck out. And then CJ was like he might need some help. He ain't need no help. That's a military man with all the muscles. That nigga muscles got muscles. And you looked at me and said, Doug, CJ need help? I give you permission. Whoop their ass. You remember that?
Hell yeah, I remember that shit. Because you don't remember this, but I was fucked up. I was not able to fight anybody. I was sitting there drunk as hell, and very rarely did we have this problem, but CJ had to work the back door, right? So he had to keep the 21 and over people coming in.
Yep.
So he moving in and out was not helpful. Me leaving the bar completely didn't make any sense. I had to have somebody just, like go out there, handle these motherfuckers. Because 99% of the time, it wasn't going to be a fight. We're in Bowling Green, Ohio. Nobody's got guns. Nobody has, other than Coke, nobody's got
that ain't true no more. Niggas out there getting shot. They be asking me, why don't you come back to BG? I'm like, man, they shooting niggas down there. I can go to Detroit and have that happen. Good.
Yeah, bro. So you just gotta walk up to him, say something real quick. Like it was real simple. I only got in one fight the entire time I was about to, and the one fight was only one punch long.
You hit him, he hit the floor.
Dude, it was a slow night. It was like a Wednesday night, actually. I remember because it was one of my only shifts at the front bar. And this dude was talking crazy. He was just looking at girls, talking to girls. I think he grabbed some girl's ass, normal bar shit. and 4 dudes, I guess, pulled up that were fucking with the girl. And instead of actually being a smart man, realizing you're outnumbered 4-1, he starts talking more shit. So I know the dude. I'm like, listen, bro. I was like, calm down. I pulled him aside. I walked to the back to the dance floor with him. I said, listen, you can get out the back door, the door you were just talking about. I'm telling him, like, listen, CJ's not here. Nobody's here. Go out the back door. I'm going to send the motherfuckers out to the front. You got a good at least 3 or 4 minutes before they run around the building. Like, just get out of here, get safe, right? This dumbass drops his phone on the floor. And then they see him and hear him drop his phone, realize what's going on, right? So one of them hits that dude, and he loses his phone, his pocket, his keys, everything just comes out. So I just stand over him like this, like I hover over top of him, and I'm like, bro, just pick up your shit and get the fuck out of here. I got 4 dudes behind me. The one dude takes off his shirt, which I still don't know why this was part of what he was doing, right? Takes off his shirt and clubs the fuck out of my face, out of the left side, out of the right side of my face, punches the fuck out of me. Paul was DJing at the time, and he cut the music as dude was winding up. So I didn't actually know dude was about to hit me until I hear him yell, and I feel my jaw, like I feel it get hit. And I think I blacked out in the moment. But all I remember is that after he hit me, I didn't hit the ground. I didn't move. I was just standing there, and I looked back at him, and all of a sudden, all 4 of them just ran out the front door. I don't know what I didn't say shit. I didn't do shit. They ran out the front door. So me, full of adrenaline, I'm like, all right, I guess they didn't get their man. The dude got out the back door. I'm like, this probably just straight. It's cool. So I walk up to the front and I start bartending again. I'm like, this shit's over with. This shit's dealt with. And then I don't know if you remember AP. He was the one working at the time.
Oh yeah.
And he looks at me. He's like, nigga, are you serious? And I'm like, what's up? He's like, you're bleeding in the drinks, and my whole mouth was full of blood, and shit was coming down into literal drinks that I was making for people, because I was still running on adrenaline. Like, I didn't realize what was going on.
Right.
But I had my whole, like, left side of my jaw was indented into my gums, and I just, like, didn't realize what the fuck was going on. This man hit the fuck out of me, and I guess I just ate the bitch. Like,
Good God, Nate.
Like, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna go back to the bathroom, which had no paper towels. So I was back there for a minute, just like cleaning my mouth out and shit. And I mean, I healed up in a couple of days. I was swollen, but it was like, that's literally the only fight I've ever been in at Tubby's, and I didn't even have to throw a punch. So it wasn't even like that serious. Like, wow. It just, I mean, most motherfuckers are just there trying to grab on some asses and get some shit done. They really didn't give a fuck about, actual, fights, no gang violence, none of that shit.
Yeah, motherfuckers wasn't down to fight back in the day. They wasn't with it.
No, bro. And I mean, the way I had it set up, like I told you, a lot of this shit was like, it was planned out. Like, I fucked with all the football players, you know what I'm saying? They had tried to bring in recruits and try to bring in underages. That was the only thing I didn't fuck with. You couldn't bring in underages, but other than that, I'm gonna fuck with football players. And the reason for that is when shit got down, football players stand up, everybody else, they're bigger than everybody else in Bowling Green. Yep. Ain't nobody gonna do shit to them. Like, everything was strategic. We had 3 people, and we'd have people, 300 people in that bar. We had 3 bouncers the whole night. That includes the front, the back, and someone in the middle. So you didn't have the personnel to really stop if 5 dudes want to do some shit. You had to have some help. Like, you had to have some teammates. So I quickly, like you, football players, motherfuckers like that, who were big enough to intimidate at minimum.
Oh man, I was ready to jump out of that little bar area with a Superman punch. I was like, come on, CJ. Knowing in the back of my head, like, the fuck CJ need your help for? That's a trained killer right there. I'm like,
that motherfucker was like, I think he's 5'7", 5'8".
If that.
At least 100 pounds of just big as fuck.
Muscle. The nigga muscles got muscles.
Period. And he actually broke the stigma for me that motherfuckers can't get big at Planet Fitness, because he used to work out at Planet Fitness. So I was like, hey, if this motherfucker can do it, I'm gonna be in that bitch lifting for $9.99 a month. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. So let's take it out of Tubby's, because you didn't.
Okay.
You was at Beckett's for a while. Did you ever do downtown?
A couple nights I worked at downtown. So nothing like consistent.
Give me your funniest Beckett story, because I remember when you were at Beckett's. That's when I met Alyssa, in Madison, and
Yeah.
And I remember because I walked in, I was talking my shit, like my cat shit. You know me, and I could tell off rip. Like the first night I met Alyssa, she did not like me. She did not like me.
I never knew that shit.
I mean, she might not tell you that now, but like I can see the look in her eyes. She was not fucking with me at all, and it was just hilarious.
Me and Alyssa by ourselves have at least 5-10 stories of shit that has happened to us that is absolutely wild. My craziest story from not behind the bar, outside the bar, is one St. Patty's Day when me and Alyssa got so fucked up. We took, I think it was 16 car bombs. And
how?
I've never been that drunk in my life. I'm fairly confident. And I got videos in my phone to prove to her she's never been that drunk. We were not even speaking English, bro. Like, we were just literally bubbling and babbling.
Drunken gibberish is its own language. Let's be real.
That's fair. I didn't forget about the A-dub gibberish after you hit your 15th Captain of Coke. That shit goes hand. And you start stirring the straw like this.
Yeah.
That shit is beautiful.
One eye open, firing off some texts that I will regret in the morning.
I still never saw any of those texts. I'm happy about that, bro. I wish I'd have seen. That's some wild shit. But for sure, behind the bar, my wildest story. It was a slower night again. The weirdest shit always happens on the slow nights. This dude, I actually don't even remember his name. He used to fuck with like that Beckett's crew, like Kate Crossan and St. John and all them motherfuckers. He was cool with them. He came in, and him and his friend, this random girl, I had to kick him out the bar because they were too fucked up. Uh-huh. One was either sleeping or falling down or some shit like that. And I kicked him out the bar once. They came right back in about 20 minutes later. Kicked him out the bar again. They came back in the third time. And I was like, bro, if you come back in this bar, I'm going to beat your ass. And he goes, he looks at me and he goes, you're nothing but a jigaboo.
What?
And I was like, Doug, I don't know whose grandma you fucking that made you think that kind of racism still applies, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
What?
And the girl I was working with, I think it was Jess at the time. It was like her homie, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what you want me to do with this motherfucker, bro. I literally was laughing so hard, I let him stay in the bar. Like I'm bro, like that's the dumbest, corniest race shit that's ever been said to me in my life. Like, you deserve an award. I ain't serving no more drinks, but I'm like, bro, you get to stay. Because what the fuck is that?
Your award is you not getting your ass beat and tossed out this bar.
Bro, I was ready to be. He was annoying me, but he said that, and I'm like, bro, you are clearly so fucked up. Because this dude is what, like 5'6", 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, you're not hitting me. Yeah. You're not hurting me. You're not doing shit to me. And you're clearly here trying to, like, impress your girl. Like, you already lost her from that comment. So you lost enough tonight.
Yeah, no, that's some wild racism to get off. You're nothing but a jigaboo. Like, come on, guy. That's your go-to.
Certain racism is funny. Like, that shit is funny to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, where did you hear that and think that would be okay to say?
Or like that was like a zinger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like that hurts. Like I don't even know what that means for it to be racist. I've just been told it's racist.
I'm not even sure that it is.
Exactly.
Like, was that a compliment? Like, was he trying to look out? I'm not old enough to know.
Is he saying like I look like Hove or something? I'm confused. Like, jiggle what? Jiggle who? Jiggle boo? I don't know. I have questions about that entire phrase.
Yeah, bro. It was an experience, like, without a doubt. Like, I'm really not sure what. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
I'm just not. I really wish I knew more.
All right, so you've since left the bartending world. Do you miss it at all? Do you have the itch to ever just kind of hop behind sometimes?
I do miss it in the sense that I miss the social experiments.
Yes.
You know, like I don't miss. I mean, I sometimes started work as late as midnight. Like, legitimately, my shift would start at midnight sometimes. It's like, I don't miss that. I mean, my brain and my body don't work that way anymore.
Niggas is old. Bro,
I think, as you can tell, my time in bartending really, really taught me that no matter what the fuck is going on, no matter what the fuck you're doing, if you have even just one bad bitch around, people will pull up. People will come up and do random things, because Tubby's floor to date is the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced. I've lost multiple hats because if I dropped a hat on that floor, it was gone. Like, I did not want that shit anymore. And I had to find out a way to attract people to a place that had a floor as disgusting as that.
You would hear the stickiness as you're just walking through. I think that was part of the thing, like, that I like kind of coming a little bit later, so the music was loud enough so I wouldn't hear my footsteps. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was really disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually foul. And the weirdest part is I learned about 6 months in that we had a cleaning guy that would clean the floor every day.
That's nuts.
After close.
I mean, the floor is a lot better now in the past times I've been there. Shout out to the homie Nick Mall. He's done a damn good job with that place.
Transform that shit, bro.
Transform
that shit. I mean, it went from a place where girls would come back to the back where nobody was back there, and they would look at me and say shit like, "You can't get me drunk," and I would yell back at her, "Bitch, I will put you in the hospital." Like, it came from that. Like, that was what Tubby's was to me, and now it's actually a bar people enjoy being at.
Hey, Nate, we did that once.
And also, for the record, I did put that bitch in the hospital. She sent me a picture of her hospital bracelet the next morning because she legitimately went to urgent care. It wasn't even urgent care. It was, she got her stomach pumped. And I met her that night, so.
Yeah, no, I think me and Mario was up in there, and, like, this girl, I really wanted to drink with us. She was like, all right, well, we're about to go Tubby's, talk with my man's Nate for a minute. And she just kept drinking and drinking and drinking. And next thing we know, she disappeared. And then she told us the next day she woke up in the hospital. We were like, oops. She's like, I had so much fun with you guys. And to paraphrase the great American video game psychopath, Colonel M. Bison, the day you drank with Dub and Mario was the greatest night of your life. But to us, it was Thursday.
Hey, for real.
It was just Thursday.
I think that at that time, too, if I would have kept drinking that way, like I was when I was bartending, I don't even know where my brain and life would be. So some of that I don't miss, but I do miss social experiments. I miss the amount of things that people would do just for a shot.
Give me an example.
Bro,
Give me an example.
I had guys, I used to work the front door a lot, so I would tell people, I'd be like, look, you have to go over to this random girl who's with a football player. You got to go smack her ass. You get in for free plus one shot. Boom, they go do it. I tell people, like, just little shit like that. I had girls offer me nudes for shot before. I've had girls offer me, like, you know, oh, my friend, blah, blah, blah. Like, just a ridiculous amount of things people would get done. I could have easily started some fights, like, without question started some fights. Like, there was just, like, the concept, like, the appeal. And these shots were not good, bro. You remember, because I only had a couple. So I'm mixing, like, melon and fucking lemonade because it looked cool. I used to legitimately get melon liqueur pretty regularly because it was a green liquor that looked cool. You could mix it with lemonade and bitches would go crazy for it. Like, oh, I love this shit. This is my favorite shot, blah, blah, blah. They would make up their own names for it. Oh, they were not good. They were not good at all.
Oh my God, A-Dub, I'm buying shots. You want one? No.
And that was in the era of Fetty Wap and Fireball. So it was a lot. Just I would go through at least 2 bottles of Fireball a night. Oof. Like just pouring shit. And I mean that's what Kelly and because it wasn't Kelly and Alyssa back then. It was Kelly and like Izzy and and what's her name? I feel like there was another person with that.
It was
Harley too would pull up a lot.
Yeah, Harley was there too. Yeah,
mm-hmm. They were all in.
They was killing the Fireball.
That was the second wave. The first wave was always have somebody at the bar. Second wave was always have girls at the bar. Yep. And the types of girls would evolve. Those girls were perfect because they would pull up, you know, early, 8, 9, 10 o'clock if I was back there. But they had bedtimes. So they go to bed, you know, around midnight. Get a new round of girls to come in right around midnight, just depending on who wanted to be there, who was kicking it. If the homies wanted to pull up. It was just, like I said, I was trying out different social experiments, different marketing schemes. And Wally told me I used to make money back there, which it wasn't a lot of money. It was a couple $100, you know what I'm saying, back then. But I thought at the time, it's like, okay, I'm making some money, I'm doing this thing. It was a time in my life that was very weird. For sure. I should write a book about it at some point. Just the anthropology of it. Not even just that bar, but in the whole bar world of, doing shit for shots or, having people. Because I would have people come up, $200, $300 tabs, tip nothing. Like, that was the culture. People doing crazy shit like that, tip nothing. I didn't make any money off this shit.
That's nuts. That is fucking nuts. But yeah,
tip you.
I'm glad you brought up like Doorman Nate, because Doorman Nate made me feel cool all the time. Like, oh yeah, what? Like, I was in line, like, I'm waiting in this line. Yo, Nate, what up? And you just see like 45 pissed off frat boys, like, hey, don't worry, I'm not gonna be in here long. I'm gonna do my dap ups and I'm gonna be right back out. Y'all have fun sweating in that sweat box.
Bro, that shit was so funny. I actually met a girl last weekend here in Cleveland who knew about the fucking Fuzzies, because that was like their bar or whatever. Yep. Shit. They used to always come to skip a line, and every girl's favorite line, "You're just fucking all of them. That's why you let them in, bro." And it was just so funny, bro, because people would be so mad and so jealous over a 20-30 minute line. Like it doesn't matter. You're not even paying to cover it for over 20 minutes.
Yeah, what's the problem? Yeah. The funny part was, like, sometimes I would just dap you up and just walk ahead of the line just to piss people off. I would walk straight through, go out the back door just to like get to the back door, like 149 or something. Like, oh, I don't want to walk our way around the block. Is Nate up front? Oh, he is. All right, bet.
Because people, and nobody thought to tip me. I rarely got any tips. I would have let you in if you gave me some money, bro, for sure. Anybody else, I just let them in. But no, they were like, oh, I gotta wait in line, blah blah blah. Wow, shit, bro. I guess if you're that broke.
Yeah, no. Yeah, because like I used to see that line and like, all right, well, I need to get to the back of the bar 149 and catch up with Mario. All right, let me just piss some people off and just dap Nate up real quick, walk through, and just get there to Mario.
Yeah, Halloween was a shit show always too. Halloween was a time where I really had to try to put people on display for those social experiments, because people are wearing wild shit.
Wild shit,
bro. I had a girl fall asleep. She was standing up and then laid on me and fell asleep because she was on some sort of drug. Only time I ever had to call an ambulance. Wally was pissed at me, but I was working CJ's spot at the back door. She came out the bathroom. She was like, "Can you find my friend?" And then just laid on me, but then was asleep. And she was wearing some sort of like weird ass mermaid costume. I'm not sure what happened, but one of her titties fell out. And I was like, I've seen this movie before. And if someone is asleep in your arms with a titty out, doesn't matter what your explanation is, you are a molester. So I said, fuck it. I was like, somebody had to go. I was like, listen, somebody get a bouncer, somebody call 911. This bitch, I did not do this. I need witnesses. Luckily enough, her friend that she was looking for pulled up and was like, what's going on? And I knew her friend.
Why's her titty out?
Bro, no charges were pressed. The only thing that was pressed was her fucking stomach in the hospital. Whew. But I'm telling you, bro, that one of the scariest moments in my life.
I believe it.
That moment, and when the cop had an AR pointed at my head, those are the two probably scariest moments of my life.
That'll do it. That's pretty fucking scary. You know, I'm never gonna hold you.
Those two things, bro.
That's hilarious.
That shit was...
Well, all right, my brother. This has been episode 1 of the Bar Tales. Black Nate joining us, friend of the pod. We're gonna have you back on because sometimes John takes sick days and don't tell me till day of. So I'm gonna just tell you, stay up to date on the current culture, because you never know when I'm gonna hit your line again. Because I'm seeing this app is working out well on your end. So, anything you want to let the people know, where to follow you on the socials? You out here making money.
Black Soccer. Hit me up, Black Socrates on everything if you want to see something. I don't really be doing shit, but sometimes I make you laugh.
Boom, there it is. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys know me, ADUB1220 on everything. Hit that follow button, and I promise you I will fuck your algorithm up. Until next time, guys, we will see you later.